Hi friends, Kimberley here. Welcome to the next episode of the Explained series. Today I want to talk to you about a theme that's coming up right now in the collective and a theme that's been covered in the last 2 live group channeling sessions, and that is the Ascension shifts. So as you may know, we are going through many shifts at the moment. It is part of the Great Awakening. And yes, many of us are experiencing ascension symptoms. Especially now in this current time, many of you are feeling these shifts on an energetic and physical level. So these shifts that is occurring with us is assisting us to remember more of our oneness state. So what's actually occurring is activations that are occurring within us, within our DNA, within our blood, within our body. And these codes allow us to remember more of our true power. It allows us to remember more of our multidimensional lives and our life purpose. So these ascension codes or awakening codes, these have always been within us. We were created with these codes within us. They were dormant codes. And of course, throughout different timelines, different stages of our collective evolution, these codes have become activated. So these codes relate to our own unique soul journeys and the collective soul journeys. So many of you who are watching this are aware of different activations, light codes, but understand that any form of external light codes, what they do is that they only trigger the activations of codes already within us. So we are not in a way, these codes are not in a way coming within us. They are just triggering a chain reaction, so to speak, to the codes that are already within us. So we don't have to really gain any codes. The codes are there. And it's really just about doing your soul work, practicing love and oneness in action, practice being in alignment with your higher inner self, practice seeing oneness perspectives within you and within reality. And this will naturally, because it's a time of great awakening, it will naturally activate these codes within you. Okay? So that's all you have to do. And of course, there are different sources of external light codes. And if you're guided to such sources, then so be it. But understand that they will only trigger the codes already within you. And these codes, especially now, what's occurring right now in this time of great awakening of 2020, are galactic codes, because as many of you know, we are more than a human being. We are galactic in nature. We have galactic DNA within us. And it is these codes that are now being activated within us. And this is why there are so many of us having contact with ET beings. And this is why so many of us are having our, psychic abilities being activated within us. They have always been within us. And they come from our multidimensional life experience, and they become activated within us in the present now reality. So this is a move to oneness remembrance. And many of us are seeing glimpses of our multidimensional reality. You may see glimpses of other lives, other dimensions, but understand that all these lives are happening simultaneously. And with these activations that is now occurring within us, we start to have more access to this. We start to be able to experience it and view this in our current reality, in our conscious awareness. And this alone helps us to remember more of our oneness also in relation to all the other aspects. This is just one example of oneness in action. There are many things occurring within us that we do not see, but many of us are feeling. You are much more than what you look in the mirror. You are divine, you are galactic, you are one. So also, these codes and these great awakening shifts that's occurring within us is felt more intensely for those of you who are sensitive. And those of you who are sensitive are likely the Lightworkers and the Wayshowers, and understand that this collective chose to be awakened, so to speak, before the rest of the collective, to be the Wayshower, to be the light for others. And this is why you are feeling these shifts so intensely. It is part of your purpose. But you do not have to suffer through it, and you have assistance to ground in these energies. So there are 3 grids that can help you on your ascension journey. We the humans, we are all connected to a grid, and then we are connected to the grid of Gaia and the grid to our multidimensional lives. And all these grids assist us in both our individual journey and the journey of the collective. So there are many exercises to assist in this, and all this practice of connecting to these grids will assist you not only remember more of who you are and activate the codes within you, but it allows you to feel and experience oneness with your fellow brothers and sisters. And the Lightworkers and the Wayshowers, how the grid works is that because you're expanding, you would say, even though time is an illusion, you are awakening to more of who you are before the collective. And this activation means you become this beacon of light, and you vibrate in a high frequency. And these frequencies is like these protons, basically travels through the grid and helps expand the rest of the collective. And that's one aspect of how you, the light workers, are assisting in this great awakening. You are assisting in the collective consciousness, expand and remember more of who they are. And you can connect to the grids of Gaia to assist you. We are her, we are part of her, and she assists us. She always has that nurturing, grounding energy for us. So if you're experiencing ascension symptoms, whether it is a purging phase in which you feel the negative emotions, you feel physical dis-ease, or whether it is when you have become a vibrational match to a new higher dimension, so to speak, high dimension of consciousness, you may be in that stage where you are feeling very dizzy, tired, feeling high, tense, being in intense emotions of joy, which is all good. But your body, your being is vibrating in such a rate. And this is what causes the dizziness and the tiredness. So to help ground you, to assist you, balance these energies, recalibrate, connect to Gaia, do earthing, go barefoot on the ground, on the earth. If you can't do that, connect with the wind on the face, connect to any element that's available to you, and she will help you. And the grids of your multidimensional lives. You are assisting you from all the lives you are living. And understand that part of how this collective journey works, the collective great awakening, is that you are already awakened. And you are already living lives in dimensions where you already remember the power of who you are in your oneness state. So what happens is that these codes when these become activated within you, it creates a portal within you. And then what happens is that you attract a dimension of you into your reality in the now. You attract a you that is already awakened to the remembrance of how powerful you are and your true oneness state. But understand that even those higher dimensions of you that exist, when you bring them into the present now, when they become activated within you in the present, they become even more expanded upon. And that is why the life and dimension you're living in right now, in the present now, is the most advanced and expanded life that you are living. It is in the now. That is how powerful you are. Okay, so some exercises here. If you want to, for instance, practice connecting and expanding your fellow brothers and sisters on a collective level or on a perceived individual level, there were a couple of exercises here, and they were explained in the Mantis Being session that we did recently. So this one, now, because you are energy, you affect the energy around you. So if you're in a state of high vibration, you can feel joy and love, go and experiment. Go place yourself next to someone. You don't even have to say a word. And what happens is that energy, protons, becomes activated within them. Basically, you plant awakening seeds within them. They may not feel this or experience this on a conscious level, but it does plant a seed, and it helps them to raise their frequency. Perhaps you can notice a shift in their energy. Now, science actually describes this. Now, we have a vagus nerve, vagus system, right? And there has been tests and science around this, that if you sit within, 2 meters within someone, you can assist regulate the emotions of another. So science is actually showing that this is possible. So go practice and experiment with this, see what happens. So another exercise to assist in the collective consciousness, perhaps you want to send your intentions, love of healing to another that is not in your physical location. We are connected by cords of light. So make your intention. Put this person in your mind's eye. Make the intention, because when you make the intention, you imprint energy. Now bring it into the heart center, into your heart center. So imagine a cord going from your heart center, from the crown of your head, into the crown of that person you're imagining, you're envisioning, and that energy going into the crown and into their heart center. And this way you are also planting awakening seeds and healing seeds within them. So with this, understand that some of you have, or probably all of you have experienced when you're in the vicinity of people and you feel like a negative vibe, right? And some of you might worry that this vibe will catch onto you. But understand that if you feel like a negative emotion, negative energy of another, this is them going through a purge. And if you're at a high vibration, understand that energy cannot affect you. But if you have a belief that it will, then of course it will, because it will mirror that belief within you. That is law of attraction, law of reflection. The other way it can affect you if it's part of your soul contracts. It was part of the soul contracts for this dynamic to affect you, to allow you to go through a certain soul lesson. So understand that if you're in a high vibration, this is the energy that affects others and the collective consciousness. If you or others are in a say a negative energy and you're having that purge, understand that can only affect others if it's related for their soul purpose or if they're also in a low vibration. But understand that all is perfect, my dear ones, as the beings of the light say. So friends, go out and experiment. So we have the power to affect change. You are affecting change by being the love, by being the voice of oneness. So practice connecting to oneness. Remember that Gaia, she is our mother and she will assist you with these ascension shifts. We are in a time of the greatest great awakening has ever been. And although these shifts have been very intense this year, it is preparing us and it's preparing the collective for the next stage of our evolution journey. And that stage, as many of you know, is the grand overt meeting of our star being friends, the ETs. Now, this will herald and create the next stage of our oneness journey, because it is only then, when we know we truly are not alone, that dynamic and that change, what's going to occur is that will propel the human collective into the next stage of oneness remembrance. And this is why also we are going through these shifts, to allow us as a collective to be at a certain collective vibration so that event can occur. It'll create basically a portal to allow them to come through in a high vibration also, to make that direct contact in an overt way. So this is what it's all preparing us for. One more step in our evolution journey. Okay, friends, so thank you so much for watching this. Go experiment with using your love, using your intentions, using your high vibe and energy, and go play. We're supposed to play. It's not always meant to be this serious. It's only in the illusion where we see our reality and it shifts as being serious. It's a game here that we are playing with each other. And we chose this game because guess what? We are highly advanced beings. We are source. And we are multidimensional. But we are one. And it's time now we are remembering our oneness state. So friends, have a wonderful week. Go play. Go be. Go express yourself in love and oneness. Until next time, love and light. Farewell.